Having arrived, we'll call to order this regular meeting of the Finance Organization and Personnel Committee. This meeting is being broadcast live on the City of Keene YouTube channel. The video is also posted on the city website by the end of the next business day, barring any technical difficulties. Copies of the printed agenda are available in the wall pockets just as you enter the meeting room. The public and other city councilors will be recognized to ask questions and make comments on the agenda item under discussion. After being recognized, all remarks will be made through the chair. I will not recognize an individual a second time until everyone who wishes has had a chance to speak. Anyone who wishes to address the committee is asked to go to one of the microphones in the room, identify themselves by name and address prior to speaking. Written comments from the public will be accepted at the city clerk's office until Tuesday at 1 p.m. The minute taker is participating remotely and asks committee members to be sure to turn on your microphones when speaking. And if the minute taker is unable to hear, they'll ask that you speak louder or turn on your microphone. And we have a quorum, so call this meeting to order. Mr. Bohannon.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. Andy Bohannon, Parks Recreation Facilities Director. The first item before you tonight is a potential donation that's coming through. We have to seek your approval for the donation in the end, but Gentle Dental will be opening a new office here in Keene, and as part of their promotion to bring folks into their shop, they are, for every person who comes in, they will be donating a tree or $57, sorry, that will go directly to a new tree in Russell Park, our new creation over on Carpenter Street. So with that, this promotion will run through the end of December, and in the end, they should anticipate about $5,000 being donated, and then at that time, it'll go through the normal city process with the city manager giving an update during the council meeting.
Questions from members of the committee? Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Is there any stipulations, or like they get to pick the tree or anything, or is it just like it's to help fund the trees that we're going to do for the park?
Just going to help fund. We'll put a little marker out that says, these trees donated by Gentle Dental, but we'll be working with our arborist for the park landscape design, so we have appropriate trees.
They're not tooth-shaped trees or anything.
No, but they'll be well rooted.
That's good. Good one. Good one. Thank you.
Well, I don't see any public members, so looking for a motion.
Move to recommend that the city manager be authorized to do all things necessary to accept donations of money for the purchase of trees for the Patricia T. Russell Park project.
And I second.
It has been moved and seconded. Any further discussion by members of the committee? All in favor? It's unanimous. Next one, sir.
So the next one's a little bit more sizable at $17,566.16. This comes by way of Pathways for Keene through the Keene Skate Park Group, who closed out their books. As you recall, they gave the donation of $200,000 last year. We started the process with Spawn Ranch, and now that is coming to the end of their calendar year, Pathways for Keene is no longer their fiscal agent, and they closed out the books, and this was the remaining funds. So in total, right now, the project has $242,566.16 towards their goal of $300,000. We are designing the park at the $225,000 level, which we had in the bank when we signed the contract with Spawn Ranch. Should that grow at any point in time, we know we're going to have other things that come along during the project, but right now we're staying at that mark.
Questions? Seeing none. Motion, please.
Move to recommend that the city manager be authorized to do all things necessary to accept a donation of $17,566.16 for the purpose of building a new skate park.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion, members of the committee? Seeing none, all those in favor? No one opposed? It's unanimous. It's a threefer?
It's a threefer. This will be a different hat than Parks, over to the facility side, where we have a current tenant of the Keen Barber at 12 Gilbo Avenue, and he is looking, his lease comes to an end in March of 2023. He has a new stylist in the shop. They've been talking, they want to become 50-50 partners. In order to do that, we need to create basically a new lease, and instead of waiting until March for his purposes, we're bringing forward asking for you to allow the city manager to negotiate. We would be utilizing the same terms that we have in existing with that particular lease, and just extending it so it becomes a 2-year lease starting when we execute with a 1-year option.
Questions, members of the committee? Seeing none, motion.
Move to recommend that the city manager be authorized to do all things necessary to negotiate and execute a lease with John Brown and John Destromp for the space located at 12 Gilbo Ave.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any further discussion, members of the committee? Seeing none, all those in favor? Anyone opposed? It's unanimous.
Thank you.
Andy, you all set tomorrow? You need any help from us?
We are all set. We just need to do a little rain dance to hold that off till at least 12 o'clock, and we should be good. But as far as I know, podium, chairs, and the Veterans Keen Legion should be all set to go. So
Great.
we'll hope to see you all there.
See you there.
Thanks. Mr. Costa.
Good evening, everyone. Aaron Costa, Assistant Public Works Director, Operations Manager of the Treatment Facilities. Here tonight to ask that the city manager be able to do all things necessary to execute a change order with Underwood Engineers for an amount not to exceed $7,500. Right now, the wastewater plant is working on a capital project to replace 6 original sludge pumps. We contracted with Underwood Engineers about a year ago for design and construction engineering services. And at the time the contract was executed, the scope did not include services to comply with New Hampshire Department of Environmental Services state aid grant program requirements. This project is SAG eligible and would be potentially able to fund up to 20% or approximately $76,000 of the construction cost of this project. But to remain eligible, the city must comply with all the requirements. So there is some additional engineering services required to do that. In addition, during the design process, potential cost savings was identified by replacing 6 pumps with 5. Basically, we could have one of the pumps do multiple things. But in order to do that, we would need to install a variable frequency drive, which allows us to, ramp the motor up and down at different speeds to do different tasks. So all of that comes to around $7,500, and staff is requesting that city manager be authorized to execute that change order 1 for those services. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Questions, members of the committee? Want a motion?
Move to recommend that the city manager be authorized to do all things necessary to negotiate and execute change order 1 with Underwood Engineers to perform additional services for an amount not to exceed $7,500 for contract 02-2111.
And I second.
Been moved and seconded. Any further discussion by members of the committee? Seeing none. All right. All in favor? No one's opposed. It's unanimous.
I'm not gonna let Aaron leave.
Oh, uh-oh.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I thought.
Sure.
Thank you. Aaron, real quick before you leave tonight, I wanted to let you know that I had the opportunity to spend some time with your son at the 8th grade middle school, and he asked a lot of really good questions about city government, and he was extremely proud of his dad and his new role. And it was also on your birthday, so happy belated birthday.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Don't look like there's anything else on the agenda, so we're adjourned. Satisfactory there?